Welcome to today's broadcast. Shout out to our sponsors. And now for our broadcast.
Good afternoon and welcome to, what's the name of the park here, Justin?
It's just, I believe it's just the Lomira Athletic Field Complex, if I remember correctly.
Welcome here to the Lomira Athletic Complex here down by Cole Propane and a couple of other businesses down here. This is the first time I've been down here. We are on the North Diamond today as we've got a conference contest here in the flyway between the Lomira Lions and the Laconia Spartans. Justin, you've done a lot of covering of Laconia. I've only seen them, I believe, twice maybe so far on the season. And for the one time that I did see them and we called the game, did we call that together when they played against Lomira and Laconia at the same time?
No, I was doing a baseball game at that time.
That's what I thought. I think I called that one on my own. And we were expecting to have a fantastic contest, and it was a good contest, but the Laconia was able to dominate at home, and it takes a little bit while to get through the schedule, which I like. I know that in baseball they like to do the Tuesday, Thursday, so you can't have the same pitcher, but it doesn't matter in softball because there's no such thing as a pitch count, so they spread them out, which is kind of what I like to see. We're going to take a look at our different camera angles that we have here, and thanks again to Justin to get us set up there. There is our pitch camera here, and then we've got one mounted up against on the dugout where we get a chance to see the infield taking place here as well. So we'll get to see some plays over at first base. We're going to step aside. We're going to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the visiting Laconia Spartans. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here with Justin Schwartzmiller here on Jeff's live stream. We'll be back.
In the water well drilling industry, we can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. SAMS also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for SAMS well drilling. We at SAMS are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. SAMS well drilling, well worth it.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you're looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Whether you enjoy the sunshine of summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, mowing lawn, gardening, or camping, enjoy the leaves falling in autumn, getting to that perfect nature walk or hunting, or enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall hiking, four-wheeling, snowmobiling, traveling across the state, or just driving up and down your driveway, call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346 Tire.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area, or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we are with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
How do I get the same ad?
Welcome back here. So that's where you have to do it, I think, through the website up here is where you end up having to sync all of that type of stuff. Let's take a look here at the Laconia Spartans information. We're trying to use this iScore. We're trying to share the data to see if we can share it without having to re-enter it, and we may have to do that. But let's take a look here in the Flyweight Conference. Leading the conference with an 8-1 record is the Laconia Spartans. Right behind them with 7-2 is Mayville and the Lomira Lions. The last time that these two teams played, Laconia blanked Lomira. That was all the way back on April 10th. And previously, they had lost, Laconia had lost to St. Mary's Springs. And you can see that Springs is down at 6-3. A little bit as well when we're taking it. They've got 4 losses so far on this season. All of it early in the part. They lost. Pacelli is just a powerhouse program, which you go to Pacelli, and then you also play Manitowoc, Assumption over there. Marshfield Assumption, I believe that is who you're playing over there. And then they've just rattled off a ton of wins ever since then. And they've had a close contest on yesterday against Campbellsport, only beating them 3-2. But as far as individual statistics, Coach doesn't like to share the statistics out there. He wants teams to work to find out about his players. So we don't have any individual statistics that we can hang our hat on as far as winning pitchers and batting average and those types of things when it comes to the Laconia Spartans. But again, Justin, you had a chance to see Laconia play at least once, right? Besides the time that we did together.
I've done them against Mayville, and I've done them against Springs, so 2 of the top teams in the conference. And
they blanked 15-0.
They run-ruled Mayville, and then they trounced Springs 7-2, and they were supposed to play Lomira in here on that Thursday, but it got rained out.
Right.
So that's why they're playing today.
And then, which is strange about this, then you go to Campbellsport, and Campbellsport is only 3-6 in the conference, and it was a 3-2 game against Campbellsport.
But if you look at that Campbellsport team, and Jordan and I were talking about this, against the top teams in the conference, that Campbellsport has had 1 or 2 run losses to every single one of those teams. So they've played those teams tightly throughout the year. They're a better team than what their record leads on to.
We're going to step aside here after, and we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about the Lomira Lions as Laconia is getting ready to take the field to do their warm-ups. And again, we've got our multi-camera angles. Again, thanks to Justin. There is our center field camera where we're shooting in and we get to see the pitching. And then we also have the dugout camera that's set up over there on our first base side where we get a chance to shoot and see plays that are going to be taking place in the infield and outs over at first base if Jeff can remember to hit the buttons fast enough. So we're going to step aside and we'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with Justin Schwartzmiller here from Lomira Lions Athletic Complex, just south of the school across the highway. We'll be back.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Looking for something special in your child's education? The choices you make for your child today will impact their future forever. At CWC, we provide a Christ-centered education that shapes students academically, spiritually, and personally. From our exceptional elementary and middle schools to the academic rigor of life-enriching programs of our high school, CWC offers a place for students to grow and thrive. Our approach integrates faith into every subject, helping your child see the world through God's eyes. To learn more or schedule a visit, go to wearecwc.org.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Hello.
Welcome back here to Lomira Athletic Complex. I'll get this right eventually here. Maybe it'll be the time that we get ready to leave, but I'll have it down eventually. And let's take a look at the Lomira Lions again. They also do not have their statistics posted anywhere. It's a flyway thing. I'm just telling you, because we had a conversation. I know you weren't there, Justin, but we had a conversation with Doug Mock, the athletic director at Oakfield, who was a longtime softball coach, several state titles underneath his belt over at Oakfield, and he was trying to figure out how to find information about the team so that he could put them together in a program. And he said he can't find hardly any information on the flyway schools, whether it's on Max Preps or whether it's on WSN, and he said, I just don't understand that. What's the big deal? I mean, if people really want to see these days, you have to do much scouting. You can pull up a bunch of video if you want to see what's happening. So, but he said that he talked to a couple of the flyway coaches, and they said that they want the opponents to have to work to find out about their team. So that's the way that it is. Overall record right now for the Lomira Lions is 12-3. They started out with a huge win and a cross-conference game against Horicon and beat them 15-0. And then they lost to Michigan, and then they lost to Laconia. And then they just had, Justin, this has to be a bad loss here. They just lost 1-0 to WLA on Tuesday, April 29th.
Tough loss because your pitcher, Nora Buskey, had 15 strikeouts in that game. You lose on a throwing error is how they lost that game as well.
I can't believe, though, that it was even that tight because WLA, and again, the Flyway is a tough conference. I'm not doubting that for a second, but currently they're 2-7 in the conference. Team. And at that time, they were 1-7 in the conference, getting that win with a 1-0 victory here. And again, we know that the Flyway is a very tough conference to play in. But Lomira, since that loss to Laconia, has done the job. That Winneconne team out of the East Central is a super solid team. They blanked them 15-0. And then we talked about it already. They beat Campbellsport 11-3. They beat Mayville 2-0. And they also were able to Justin's being asked, I guess, to move his camera or something. I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. But then they just beat on Monday because of the way that scheduling is taking place. Lomira just beat North Fond du Lac 17-1. We're going to step aside here again as warm-ups are finishing up here at the Lomira Athletic Complex here just south of Lomira High School. We'll be back after these messages here on Jeff's live stream.
Or with Jeff's live stream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Terry Holes and Ada Shunjones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor. Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are to support improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email Crusader Boosters, WC.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
The Rock Golf Club combines a great golf experience with the unmatched beauty of the Waupun landscape. Originally built in 1927, many of the holes on the front 9 play as they were initially designed. Our seamless integration of friendly service and gorgeous natural surroundings is what will bring you back over and over. Bridges at the Rock is the perfect way to end your round. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation. Better yet, swing out to the Bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-3242.
Welcome back here to the Lomira Athletic Complex as we get ready here for this Flyweight Conference contest between two of the top programs in the Flyweight Conference, the Laconia Lady Spartans and the Lomira Lionesses.
But just Lions.
Lady
Lions? Yes, that's what they say. They say the Lady Lions.
Lady Lions.
Lady Lions, yeah.
Oh, that's called a Lioness.
Yeah, I know, but it just sounds better. It sounds better.
Jeff Sauer along with Justin Schwartzmiller here. Justin went to Lomira for a while until he was transferred over to St. Mary's Springs.
Oh, look, Jordan's here.
Oh, that's awesome. So he can always throw a headset on as well if he would love to cover and help us cover this contest here. Justin, let's before we take a look at the different positions here, why don't you give me your take here real quick on what you think, how things are going to turn out here in this broadcast?
Pitchers duel. And Jordan would probably say the same thing. Pitchers duel today. Nora Buskey on the mound for Lomira, the senior, against the sophomore Lily Schultz, who's been fantastic for the Spartans all year long. Yeah, we're going to have a good one today, especially in pitching staff-wise.
Got a headset? No? You want one? I don't know if I brought my third. Justin's got one here. We'll
No,
see
you
if I
guys
can.
don't got to change it all for me.
Well, we're not changing anything here.
I'm all good, but
thanks for joining us here, Jordan King
yeah.
here. Thanks for jumping in here and just share. I mean, obviously from the Flyway Focus, tell us what you're thinking is going to happen here in today's contest.
Yeah, I'm with Justin. I expect the pitchers duel. However, both of these lineups can score a lot of runs too, and so Laconia is in a stretch here where other than themselves, they're going to play the top 4 other teams in the Flyway Conference, that being Campbell Sport, Springs, Mayville, and then Lomira here tonight. And so the 4 straight big ones and a chance for them to tonight really put themselves in the driver's seat. And that would really kind of set up that second Mayville game as a pseudo conference championship down the stretch here. But Lomira, incredibly talented. Expect to see runs hard to come by, but there's really good hitters on both sides too. So got to throw that caveat in there too, that we might be looking back at it, and this could easily be a 6-5 game too. Either way, I expect it to be close for sure.
Talk to us a little bit about. I don't know if you were at the Campbell Sport game yesterday. Talk to a little bit about that. I mean, that to me says a surprise, a 3-2 game.
Yeah, I've said it since the start of the year. Campbell Sport, they are one run. They've had, I believe it's 4 times now, they've lost to a conference team by 1 run. And 3 of those 4 times they had a runner in scoring position in the 7th inning to tie it up. And last night was one of those. So Campbell Sport, and that was their second pitcher, Olivia McCarty, yesterday too. So Laconia, talking to Molly Duell after the game, she kind of said energy wasn't there where it needed to be. And I think that's Laconia's only conference loss was to Springs earlier this year. And I think in that game they would have told you the same thing, where they didn't bring it to start off the game. And if they do that here tonight or this afternoon, Lomira's got all the tools to jump out to an early lead, and so it's easy to get up for these games when it's a conference championship, conference race type of thing. But Laconia very lucky to go 2-0 against Campbell Sport this year, because they were down 8-1 the first time around to Campbell Sport at home. And then, end up coming back and winning that one in extras. And then yesterday, look, I thought Campbell Sport could have very well won that game. So yeah, look, you survive, and that's what good teams do in a good conference. And Laconia did that last night.
Awesome. Hey, we're going to step aside here real quick while they've got the meeting here in front of the mound. You'll be able to see that here. I'm going to see if I can get us hooked in with the other headset here so that Jordan can join us here. And I don't know, did you bring a chair, Jordan?
I did.
Yeah, we definitely have our boxes that you can set
All
up
good.
and join us.
All good. I'm set up here.
All right. We'll step aside and we'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with Jordan King and Justin Schwartzmiller here on Jeff's live stream.
Spring is here, and it's time for a tune-up at PT Tire and Service. Get your vehicle ready for those sunny drives with a thorough checkup. From oil changes and tire rotations to brake inspections and fluid top-offs, they've got you covered. Don't forget to check your wipers and battery, too. Swing by PT Tire and Service in Brandon for a spring refresh, ensuring your ride is safe and smooth all season long. Or call 920-346-TIRE to schedule an appointment. Your car will thank you. Sam's Well Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of Sam's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to Sam's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, Sam's has it covered. Trust Sam's for all your water needs. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
Born from a single project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving Central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today, 920-346-TIRE.
So you're going to me. Welcome back here to the Lomira Athletic Complex as the Lady Lions take on the Laconia Lady Spartans. I mean, with Spartanesses, Jeff? Are we just saying that?
Yeah,
the Spartanesses?
The Spartanesses.
Yeah.
Taking on the Lionesses.
Should be a good one today. I know that Jordan and I, we talked about it, that these two teams, they match up really well against each other. And Lomira, Laconia coming off, or Scott told me they came off the stinker of the loss, they called it, to Springs that time, at Springs. His girls were really amped up, and he was really excited about having this game last Thursday when I talked to him last week, but it got rained out, so it's today.
Yeah, and again, last night I was just telling Jeff, they didn't, similarly to the Springs loss, which if you talk to Laconia and all of their players and coaches about that loss, they'll tell you we didn't bring the energy, and that's why we lost. And same thing yesterday with it, other than three runs in the fifth inning and a good couple of at-bats by Molly Duell and Emma Bone to drive in those runs. Otherwise, they were pretty stymied. And talking to Molly Duell after the game, she said it was an energy thing. So, you get the first bat here, Emma Bone, Kendall Plime, Aubrey Maurer. Your opportunity here for Laconia to jump out early and prove that you're going to come with the energy here today against a really good Lomira team.
Lineup never really changes for them. I was at home and I put the plugged the lineup in, and I was right, so I was kind of surprised by that. But
why don't you give that to us?
Emma Bone to lead things off, and she watches the first pitch ball, and then Kendall Plime on deck, catching per usual. Aubrey Maurer in right field. Lily Schultz pitching, batting fourth, and cleanup. Gwen Westfall playing center. Kayla Lemke doing the designated playing or DHing today. Cameron Johnson batting seventh and playing second. Buskey, a nice fastball there, blows it by her. Madigan playing left and batting eighth, and batting ninth is Molly Duell playing third base. At bottom of the order has been really, really good for that Laconia Spartans team.
And again, would not have beaten Campbellsport had it not been for the bottom of the order last night. So it was Tierney Madigan coming up with 2 outs, gets a base knock, double from Molly Duell, and then Emma Bone hit a single to drive Duell in. So those 3 straight hits with 2 outs last night. Otherwise, like I said, they'd gotten shut out and they'd have lost to Campbellsport, and that would have been a bad, one that you can't have in a conference race. Ooh, late strike 3 call, and Emma Bone goes down early. Good pitch from Buskey there to paint.
I think it was a strike. It looked like a strike. It just was really delayed on it.
The only question would have been is was it high?
High.
Yep. But it definitely caught the corner, and that's what Coach Johnson was asking about there, and I would agree with that.
Buskey coming off a 15 strikeout performance where she got the loss, and she missed outside in the first pitch to Isabel Westfall catching today. Buskey pitching, Savannah Free at first, Brianna Free at third, Krista Gossner at short, Taylor Bloom at second, and Lerna Collius in right field, Kennedy Gable in center, and Haley Casperi in left.
Yeah, and Taylor Bloom has had herself a couple of weeks here. I mean, again, last night, a 17-1 win against North Fond du Lac for Lomira. She was a home run away from the cycle. Almost had 2 cycles last night in the Flyway Conference. Aubrey Haferman from Springs was a triple away and a home run away for Taylor Bloom. Excuse me.
Buskey working that outside corner early, clips it again. It's 1-2.
But that's the Flyway. I mean, you talk to anyone, this is one of the best softball conferences in the state, and they're showing why. Year after year, they got 4 ranked teams again. Pretty good when half your conference is ranked, huh, Jeff?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just. It's so fun to watch, and like you said, half are ranked, but the other half are competitive.
Well, like I said, with Campbellsport, they could very well be in the top 4 right now. I would argue they should have beaten Mayville one of the 2 times, and they should have beaten Laconia twice. So that just tells you, ooh, a hot shot. And hope Buskey's okay. That was right off the left foot.
Slowly walking it off.
Good at bat there from Kendall Plyme, and it always says you're on it when you drive it back up the middle, and Buskey just couldn't get her foot out of the way.
That's the definition of sending it right back where it came from.
Yeah, I would say, and love to see Buskey get the opportunity to work against Laconia here, because Casperi had the ball the last time around, and she pitched well, and Laconia just was able to kind of scratch runs across early, and that was the difference in that game.
They were just pointing, you could see it here, just a little bit above the ankle is where it caught her. She was trying to get that foot out of the way. I think what we'll do is we'll step aside and we'll come back. I'm not sure why we're glitching out in the center field again, but we're going to step aside and we'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with Jordan King and Justin Schwartzman are here on Jeff's live stream.
So much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we're with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Sam's Well Drilling is a family-owned business with over 75 years in the water well drilling industry. We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. Sam's also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for Sam's Well Drilling. We at Sam's are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Welcome back here to the Lomira Athletic Complex. We'll bring up Aubrey Maurer, but Buskey will come out, and Haley Kasperi will come in from left and pitch, and then Lillian Christian will go from the DH, or designated player, to playing left field. So that'll keep Buskey in the game still, for now at least. First pitch from Kasperi, the lefty, is in there for a strike. A little lefty-lefty matchup. You don't see a ton of left-handed softball pitchers.
No, you don't, and the ones that you do see are usually pretty good.
Yeah. The 0-1 pitch, fouled off.
And you know, Kasperi is probably the number one in terms of innings, at least, for Lomira, and she won't bat an eye at this, other than maybe, you know, maybe you mentally prepare for a team like Laconia. Obviously you do, but, you know, maybe coming in relief, maybe it's a little different. I don't know.
Changeup goes off the glove of Westfall. Plime will move up a base. Actually, I think they have a courtesy. Do they have a courtesy runner out there? I'd be surprised if they did.
Yeah, I think it's Plime. I did not see them.
I also don't see them
check anyone in.
Putting a courtesy runner out there for Kendall Plime.
No.
She's got very good speed. They normally don't.
Yeah, that's Plime out there.
1-2, fouled off again, staying alive. On deck, Lily Schultz, the pitcher. And in the hole, the center fielder, Gwen Westfall.
Westfall made a couple of great plays in center yesterday on the defensive side.
High heat blown by her. They got her kind of caught up there. Westfall comes out behind the plate. Runs the runner back. The rise ball gets the strikeout swinging in 2 down.
Plime trying to bait her into throwing that ball out to short, and she would have been at third before Gasner would have caught it.
2 down, first pitch up and away to Lily Schultz. Throw almost goes over the head of Haley Kasperi. So 1-0. The lefty working on the little mound. Rolls it in the dirt. Big secondary lead coming from Plime out there. That's not unusual from her.
And again, you'd be tempted to throw behind her, but it's just that's what she wants you to do, and you just got to stay disciplined and just throw it back to your pitcher. And
a half swing, check swing, not fully there. She didn't looking by her eyes, I don't think she expected that to end up where it ended up. It's 2-1.
Nope, and fully committed to it. Wasn't able to check her swing. And this would be a big run if Laconia can get it here at the top.
2-1 pitch. Above the letters, it's 3-1.
That is a tough take with 2 strikes, and got to give Schultz a lot of credit, or excuse me, just the 1 strike, but that is still a tough pitch to take there at the up around the letters.
3-1 pitch and a hitter's count. Top of the letters for a strike. It's full.
And as the last one was a tough one to take. That was just a great pitch there from Kasperi. I mean, you're not doing anything with it if you're Schultz. You just got to take it. And you hate watching a strike go by 3-1. You said it hitter's count, but you're going to be sitting something that looks a little bit better than that.
Payoff pitch coming home. Blows the fastball by or drop, third strike. Westfall comes up with it, throws on to Free at first for the 2-3 drop, third strike. Put out 1 hit, 1 left on. No runs and no errors. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Trista Gossner to lead things off from the Lions. We'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you are looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Whether you enjoy the sunshine of summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, mowing lawn, gardening, or camping, enjoy the leaves falling in autumn, getting to that perfect nature walk or hunting, or enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall hiking, four-wheeling, snowmobiling, traveling across the state, or just driving up and down your driveway, call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Welcome back to the Lomira Athletic Complex. The lefty Trista Gossner to lead things off. Gossner, a very common softball name around here, and they've all been pretty good, every one of them that's come through.
Yeah, I'll get caught up on stats at some point. It's a little tricky with as many baseball and softball games get played, and there's 16 of them in the conference, 8 on each side. I'll get caught up at some point. I want to know the on-base percentage for Trista Gossner because it's got to be over 500. She's on base all the time. She's a threat when she does get on base with her speed. She's excellent. You said we don't see many slap hitters. She's a slap hitter, and she does it to a high level. She draws a lot of walks because she's got a great eye. She just does everything really well. She's a great shortstop on the other side too. So,
did you take your iPhone with you or your iPad when you walked away?
Why?
Because all of a sudden it's glitching again. When you were not there, it was working just fine.
I was sitting over here. I moved my phone. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out what's causing that interference because that's one of our favorite camera shots.
And that's one of the better sets we have. You're right, good eye. Back-to-back balls like up at the letters, and she didn't want any piece of them. Never even moved the bat.
Yep. and part of the nice thing is if those are dropping a little bit, when they cross, when she's stepping up, if they look a little higher than maybe they actually are, and she goes down on a rare backwards K.
It's a tough pitch for a slap hitter to hit on that low outside corner. A beautiful pitch from Lily Schultz in a full count. A gutsy pitch in a full count with Gossner, who's got speed, and you want her on the base pass. That'll bring up Nora Buskey, who was starting today on the mound. She got hit with a line drive, came out, but she's doing the flexing to designated playing. Foul tips one into the mitt. It's 0-1.
Yep, and we saw this against Springs when we called that game last week, Justin. First pitch strikes are key, and first 2 strikes here, and just peppering the inside corner here against Buskey. Just very difficult to get the barrel of the bat to that when you come inside and challenge, and you're able to throw it for strikes. That's a good recipe.
The 0-2 pitch blows the high heat by her. 3-pitch strikeout. 2 down. Lily Schultz dealing early. She's got 2 Ks already. I'll bring up Savannah Free, the first baseman.
Another hitting machine.
Good basketball player for the Lions as well.
Mm-hmm.
In there for a strike on the outside corner, it's 0-1.
Yeah, she was a big-time player for, I mean, she obviously kind of gets lost in the shuffle with what Josie Christian did this year as a freshman, but she is every bit a star on both the basketball court and the softball field, and she picks up the first knock of the day for the Lions, and here comes Taylor Bloom with a chance. You don't need anyone on base for Taylor Bloom to have an RBI chance, but she's got one. Savannah Free at first. And
both teams' hits were line drives sent right back up the middle. First pitch, Bloom down the right field line, well out of play there. Looks like someone brought their lawnmower to the game today. I know exactly who that is, too. That's Mr. Gene Schrader. Not allowed to drive anymore, but he's 82 years old, and she loves to come to the softball diamond, but he'll take his lawnmower and drive it around town.
I love it. I love it. There is no, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't make sweeping statements like that. I don't believe there's anyone who loves high school sports and loves his team as much as Gene Schrader does. Find someone. Just find someone. Every single basketball game, boys, girls, doesn't matter. He's there, and same thing here. That was in.
That one apparently missed high. It's 2-1.
Looked into me. Obviously, I don't have the best angle. Laconia fans didn't love it.
Looked, if anything, it was up and in, if anywhere. 2-1. That one's outside. It's 3-1.
Good eye by Bloom.
The new pitcher, Haley Kasperi, waits on deck.
And she's got enough power, too. So doesn't quite hit for the average that maybe the top 4 in the order do, but she's got plenty of RBI potential out of that 5th spot.
Hitters count for Bloom. She chops one back to Schultz. She'll come up with it, throw to first for the 1-3 put out. Both teams strand 1-on-1 hit. No runs and no errors. We will head to the top half of the second inning. We'll be back from the Lomira Athletic Complex on Jeff's live streams after this.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we're with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
Generous Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
We're back.
Back here in Lomira. Top of the second. Seems like we've been here forever, Jeff.
I know.
Top
It does.
of the second has had the injury early, and Nora Buskey, hopefully she can continue to hit. But Kasperi out on the in the circle, and she gets the first pitch strike. And again, I end up sounding like a broken record when Justin and I do a couple of these games in a row. But first pitch strikes that's what good pitchers do, and we see that a lot in the Flyweight Conference because there's so many good pitchers across this league. As the next pitch comes in across the ground, and a 1-1 count to Gwen Westfall, who is as dangerous a 5-hitter as you will find across the area. Center fielder, good speed, swings and cuts, and it's a 1-2 count. Lemke sits on deck. She's another one that's, maybe hit probably the coldest spurt of her season as a called strike 3 right at the knees. That was painted by Kasperi, and she gets the opening out via the strikeout, and she's settled right in here. We were kind of wondering, is there a different mindset that you got to have in order to come in? She was planning on playing left field, and now she's pitching for the Lions. And the first pitch strike once again as she faces Lemke. And by the way, I said Lemke in her coldest spurt of the year. She started the year on fire for Laconia and has cooled off just a little bit, but still, as I mentioned, a threat. That one up by her eyeballs, and she cuts through that.
Telling herself to relax, too.
Yeah.
She can see the hand motions. I mean, I saw her do it once before. There was a high heat that she enjoyed, but, I mean, it's a tough pitch to lay off.
It looks so good, up by the eyes, and she's just trying to give Cambry Johnson a chance, get on base, and
that's paint again. That's right on the outside corner. They call it the black.
Back door, a little bit of movement there. I don't know if you'd call that a slider or what kind of
Cutter?
pitch you'd call that, but just snuck in there, started out in the just off the plate and caught the edge, and that was an awesome pitch from Kasperi. 2 strikeouts in this inning alone.
Well, she's faced 4 batters. All of them have been put away via the strikeout. 3 of them have been looking.
Since she's come in the game, well, I take that back. I was going to say all 7 players behind her could have sat on the bench, but that's not quite true. We had to drop third strike, so did have that. Johnson late on that pitch, and it's 0-2 in 1-1.
Come on, Grandma, do better. That's my grandmother, so I can say that. Grandma's running the scoreboard.
First 2 batters had both of them down 0-2. This one, 1-1, but still, Kasperi working ahead. Now there's 2 strikes.
Should say, "Wait, you old lady, figure it out. It's 1 and 2, but I can't do that." She might hit me with her cane. She already warned Jeff.
Yeah, she said she was going to do that anyways. So you might as well say it because she's going to do it anyways.
Yeah, 100%. I know it's going to happen.
1-2 pitch.
Sent right back where it came from. Kind of tailed away, goes to second base, and an oddball of a 4-3 put out. Bloom kind of didn't pump faked whether she was going to go underhand or throw it overhand, and a soft flip gets it.
That when you're that close to first base, I mean, if she'd have just fired it right away, she took 2 steps, and then that overhand, that's a tough throw then. So the flip gets her, and 1-2-3 for the Lions, and see if they can get something rolling here in the bottom.
We'll be back.
Looking for something special in your child's education? The choices you make for your child today will impact their future forever. At CWC, we provide a Christ-centered education that shapes students academically, spiritually, and personally. From our exceptional elementary and middle schools to the academic rigor of life-enriching programs of our high school, CWC offers a place for students to grow and thrive. Our approach integrates faith into every subject, helping your child see the world through God's eyes. To learn more or schedule a visit, go to wearecwc.org.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to the Lomira Athletic Complex. Sitting at 0-0 deadlock through 1.5. The pitcher, Haley Casberry, will come up, as Jordan mentioned. Power threat, not as much as the OBP or average threat, but power threat. That's probably why she's batting fifth.
Yeah, let those players before her get on base. She knocks them in, generally speaking, and
that one just a little bit more outside than the other pitch. It's 1-1.
Is this going to what you had scripted here, Jordan?
Yeah, I would say this could have gone one of two ways. I'd still like to see if either of these teams can see the pitcher a third time through. I think that could be a recipe for them to have some success. That's a nice play by Kendall Plime.
That's a tough play by
Popping
Kendall
out
Plime.
From behind the plate and throwing straight down the line, missing the runner, and great put out there. The 2-3 put out. And, yeah, I think both these pitchers look like they got their good stuff today, and you're going to find it tough to get. If you get a base runner, you got to find a way to manufacture them around the bases and try to score some runs. And another first pitch strike.
To Lillian Christian, the left fielder. She was the DH today, or designated player, but when Buskey got hit with that line drive, she became the designated player after they pulled her from pitching. Fouls one back right into my face. It's 0-2.
And what's the fun of being the designated player, right? I mean, come on. Let me run around out there in the outfield, and Christian's had a good year so far. And she's got a ton of talent. It's just, can she continue to figure it out at this level, and she's starting to.
The 0-2 just missed outside, maybe a little bit high, too. It's 1-2. A little movement on that one. Not a ton of wind today, so not going to be a terrible factor when it comes to movement of the pitches. If it is, it's blowing in, so that's where it would maybe help a little bit. The 1-2 from Schultz up and away. It's 2-2. And we talked about always the efficiency type thing. It looks like it's picking up a little bit and swirling on us, moving back out this time.
Yeah, it's moving out to left.
Before it was blowing in my face, now it's moving this way. I like that. Off the hands, foul. Hey, attaboy, Jason. Good play.
Yeah, and that's a good at-bat so far.
Yeah.
Fight that one off right in on your hands. It was on the plate. I think it would have been strike 3, so you had to swing. And you just keep battling away there. See if you can get one to hit.
I saw one in baseball last night. Kewaskum did a fantastic job. That one misses inside. Backs her off the plate. Runs it full. As I was saying, Kewaskum, they had several 10-pitch at-bats, and they all led to either singles or walks, which led to runs. And you do that, you get these pitchers deeper into the counts and deeper into their pitch count. They get tired. Payoff pitch, fouled back. We'll see another one.
Yeah, in baseball especially, that's huge. You got to be able to battle into deep counts. If you're in a big conference game, and I don't believe the East Central does weekly series like the Flyway does.
They do.
Am I correct?
They
do.
They do.
Okay.
Thursday.
All right, good.
Usually.
Good.
Yep.
That's how conferences should do it. I know there's some conferences around here that don't do that. Because otherwise you can stack up your ace pitching against the same team, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Good athletic play from Lily Schultz out of the circle and records the out.
Yeah, especially for baseball. Justin and I were talking about that earlier about.
Otherwise, you see the same pitcher both times, and I mean, if one team.
You can't. Otherwise, you're stacking your aces up against your best competition, and that's not necessarily how it should be. Who's got the best team? That's what we're trying to figure out here in a conference race.
First pitch ball from Lily Schultz has been a rarity today, but there's one right there, and an outside pitch to Brianna Free, who's playing third today. Schultz ready, and she works pretty quick. She comes home in the 1-0. That one backs her off the plate. It's 2-0. I like a pitcher that works fast. Don't see a ton of them nowadays. They tend to like to take their time most of the time.
I'll tell you what, I was at Campbell Sport Laconia on Friday. Campbell Sport beat Laconia, handed them their first conference loss of the season as Free fouls that back. And Braden Booty pitched a gem, complete game win against that tough Laconia lineup. You guys have seen it a ton. I know Justin for sure has seen Laconia's baseball lineup a ton this year. To hold them to 2 runs, and in fact, outside of the top 3 batters who all had 2 hits, just 1 hit throughout the rest of the lineup. And another foul ball here. Booty was, talk about working fast. I mean, Laconia's, it definitely threw Laconia's hitters off. They had their hand up as long as they could, and the minute they brought it back down to the bat, he was into the windup. And I think that was part of his success.
2-2, staying alive and following it back, Brianna Free.
Jeff didn't even flinch there. He is just nails behind the plate here.
I saw it coming. I was going to reach out and grab it, but
I'm pretty sure if you're going to do that, you're going to probably try to reach with your right arm, and that would not be a good decision.
No, it would not have.
Okay. 2-2 pitch once again coming from Lily Schultz. Off the hands, popped up. Blime didn't know where it was. We'll have another one. That's 4 straight foul balls in this at-bat from Brianna Free.
That's the comment that I was going to make. She's doing a great job of battling up at the plate, waiting till she gets the pitch she wants.
Seems like Lomira, every contact they've made so far, other than that line drive, has been off the hands.
Yep.
Everything's been tying them up inside.
And, no one puts more time and study time into it than Neil Maurer, the pitching coach for Laconia. And you knew he was going to have a plan. And Lily Schultz can certainly go out there and execute the plan. And so far it's been, as you mentioned, challenge them inside and see if you can't get soft contact. And so far that's worked.
Well, we'll have a payoff pitch here, a 3-2 count with 2 down. Free checked her swing. She didn't go. She draws a walk, and probably fitting in that at-bat because it was a fantastic at-bat from Brianna Free and to get a walk.
Yeah, that was gritty. And again, we talked about this in the Springs game. You don't think of grit and toughness to be a baseball, softball characteristic, but it definitely is. When you're in that batter's box, you got a bulldog mentality, and that's what Free showed there, and she's on first to show for it.
First pitch strike to Eleanor Collias, the right fielder. That one in there again, off the outside corner. It's 0-2.
First time these two teams played, afterwards talking to Lily Schultz, one of the things she said, got to get first pitch strikes, fastballs got to land early, and then I'm going to throw a bunch of off speed because if you get behind Lomira's hitters, 3 pitches and 3 strikes, and she gets out of it there. But her point was you get down to Lomira's hitters and start throwing them fastballs there, that's when they become extremely dangerous, and that time Schultz gets out of it.
1 left on, no runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the top half of the 3rd inning. We'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams. Tierney Madigan, the lefty, to lead things off, and this bottom of the order has been pretty good so far this season for this Laconia Spartans team. We'll see if they get something rolling against Haley Kasperi. That one fouled off, and Madigan was all over it. Just fouled it behind the plate.
Molly Duell last night, I asked her, I said, okay, we're, 2/3 into this, 3/4 into this season. Tell me about what getting back into it. And she said, just like riding a bike. And both Tierney and I are starting to get more comfortable. And you can tell. They both look like softball players, like they've been playing all 4 years. And they are dangerous down here at the bottom. Not only their ability to get on, but their speed when they're there.
Also saw Madigan hit a home run in that Springs game. We kind of figured she had the power to do it, but finally got a hold of one. Kasperi tries to get her to chase on a high fastball. It's 1-2.
I knew that was her first career home run. I did not know that was Aubrey Mauer's first home run of this season. That's how snake-bitten she's been this year. We're this far into the year, and she's got one home run, and she's just bad luck is what I would say. I mean, she's hit a couple to the fence, and just sometimes the wind's blowing in, and that's the way it goes. But she's been a doubles machine, so I think she's okay.
That one missed up and away, battling again Madigan into a 2-2 count. Kasperi, the lefty, winds and fires. Grounded to second base. Bloom going to be a tough play. Got to be quick with it. On to first in time.
Yep, can't double clutch with Madigan coming down the line. She had a bunt last night against Campbellsport that I think she was probably safe on. But a great play by Emma Moraski behind the plate from Campbellsport last night. But she is so different. We mentioned it. Being the lefty out of the box early. She puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and a good play there by Bloom.
I'll bring up Molly Duell. Molly Duell with some track records at Laconia and playing softball.
Yeah, she was as good a distance runner as you'll find. Went to state a couple of times, 3 times in track, a couple of times in cross country, and decided last semester here I want to play softball one more time, and here she is.
Oh, what a changeup. What a beautiful changeup, and that's about all you can say on that one. Jeff working on fixing that little bit of a mishap we got going on there. Something must have got bumped, but you didn't get to see it, but boy, was it fantastic. Had Molly Duell absolutely fooled at the plate. Kasperi coming in the 0-2. Bounces one in the dirt. It's 1-2. Don't touch anything, Jeff.
Don't tell me what to do.
I enjoy
antagonizing me.
Of course.
Justin was right, by the way, though. That off-speed pitch was nasty.
And blows that one by her for the strikeout. Swinging, and that should be the 5th of the day, if I remember correctly, from Kasperi. It is. 6 of the, 8 outs now for Lomira have come via the strikeout. 1 from Buskey, and then 5 so far from Kasperi in relief. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Emma Bone, the ever dangerous Emma Bone.
Well, and we were calling the Mayville game, Justin, and there's the premier strikeout pitcher in the conference, in Allie Schwartz, and she wasn't able to, have a ton of success against. She only recorded 1 out against.
She didn't make it out of the first inning.
Laconia.
Yeah.
So that tells you how difficult, what good hitters Laconia is, and Lomira is having no issues so far.
A check swing, a Bone, a Kasperi on the first. And that'll do it. The 1-3 put out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Lions go 3 up, 3 down offensively, but in the last inning and defensively in this inning. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning in a 0-0 deadlock through 2.5. We'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Welcome back here to the Lomira Athletic Complex. Isabel Westfall, the catcher, to lead things off in the bottom of the third inning. From the end of the top of the order, and Trista Gossner.
That was a bad transition on my part, so sorry about that.
Wow, okay. Everybody, I mean, this has been quite the pitcher's duel we've had here.
It's been a great game, I think, so far.
Just 3 base runners.
And with the wind just ever so slightly blowing out, that, obviously it helps the hitters if you can get a hold of it, and it's going to left, so it would be a righty's wind today, but it can also help the pitchers with their off-speed stuff to move. And I think maybe we've seen a little bit more of that than we got certainly at Taylor Park a couple weeks ago, or last week when Laconia put a hurting on Mayville.
First 2 balls, and that one's in there for a strike. Splitting the plate, 2-1.
Got to make sure I jump in here. Mark Thompson says, "Let's go, Lady Spartans." Fast pitch. So thanks for sharing that in the chat. Everybody else is welcome to do so as well.
Nice pitch in the outside corner right at the letters. It's 2-2. After going down 2-0 to start, it's 2 quick strikes from Lily Schultz, and it's 2-2. As expected.
Just Coach Clark there at third base saying we're not swinging at things that are up around our letters. I don't think she thought that was a strike. And
that might have been a makeup call.
That one was. Looked like it at least. But again, here you go. The 9-hitter running a full count. This is exactly what you want to do if you're Lomira, is just battle up there and find something you can do something with.
Payoff pitch off the hands. Going to get through by Emma Bone. And a base hit, the second hit of the day for the Lions, coming from the bottom of the order and going to take an extra base.
Yeah, Westfall went down to pick that one up, and it scooted underneath her glove, and now you got speed out there at second base. We'll see if they courtesy run, but I don't imagine they will. Similarly to Kendall Plime, Westfall's got plenty of speed out there, and now you got the contact hitter Gosner up, and that is not one that it's kind of a collector's item from Westfall out there. She usually plays a pretty clean game.
Anything most likely hit into left field where Trista Gosner was trying to put that one right there. She just fouled it off. I think if you hit it that left center gap, Westfall's going to score.
I would say she's got the speed to score on just about anything that hits grass. Westfall in center, Gwen Westfall in center, not to confuse the 2 Westfalls out there right now, but she's got a good arm in center. I would say Mauer's above average out and right. I don't really know. We haven't seen Madigan get tested out there. I would assume she's got a decent enough arm, but I would think at this point you're still going to probably test anything that touches the grass. You're probably going to send Westfall and see if you can't score. Although with no out, I don't know. We'll see.
The 0-2 pitch, and line drive base hit in the right center. That most likely is going to score Westfall. She comes around, and Gosner slides into second with a double. It's 1-0 Lions.
There's the speed there from Gosner. I mean, they didn't throw home. They threw it to second, and she was still in ahead of the throw. And that's just the athleticism she possesses. And Lomira, the first on the scoreboard, jump out 1-0. Second straight day that Laconia's trailed in a conference game.
Is this the first time we're going to see Buskey up after she got hit?
No, she batted in the first inning.
Okay.
Yep, she batted in the first inning and struck out. Fouls one off. Looked all right on that swing.
I just was watching her just now. I mean, it looks like she's got pretty good pressure that she's standing on her feet. She's not limping.
Well, I'm sure probably, I mean, as a pitching-wise, that plant, it's
right.
A plant leg, too, so that's even worse. The 0-1 from Schultz. Nice pitch in the inside corner for a strike. Caught Buskey looking. It's 0-2.
And conversely, here hitting, it's her front leg. So It's not the leg that you're trying to push and drive and, get your power from. And so, now she's usually a threat for a double or a triple. I don't think we're going to see that here today, but still a ton of power from her bat. And Justin mentioned it, when she did get hit with that batted ball in the first inning. You don't want that bat to come out of the lineup. If she can stand, you want her to at least see if she can't poke one out of here, because she's got that kind of power.
So 0-2, runner on second base, nobody down. Schultz misses outside. It's 1-2. Lomira just, again, they've done a great job drawing long counts to start, and maybe getting to Schultz a little bit. And they got a little bit of heat here. Haven't pitched in the heat yet this year either. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Watch out, they went hit a pole and came right back into play.
What a good piece of hitting right there to protect at the plate. Inside out swing to stay alive. It wasn't one that you're going to drive for a base hit, but needed to stay alive.
Yep, it would have been strike 3. So great job by Buskey. And once again, there's an inside corner that Laconia just continues to pound. That one was left out over the middle.
Yeah, that's probably why you want to leave her bat in the lineup. She hobbles her way to first base and didn't look very healthy running there. But an RBI single for Nora Buskey. It's 2-0 Lions.
What a good piece of hitting there.
Didn't try to do too much.
Nope.
Can have a pinch runner for her.
They can, I believe it's technically a courtesy runner because she's the DP. They can do that, I'm pretty sure. I saw something about it. I don't remember what it was. We had talked about the one game. But who do we have coming in to run? Well, since she's the DP, whoever's playing in her position can come in and run.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
14, it looks like.
Yeah, they couldn't have brought in.
That's a
They
pitch.
couldn't have brought in Christian because she's coming up here. So
14. I don't have a 14, do I? I don't.
Nope.
And sent right down the right field line. You talk about a good piece of hitting. Savannah Free pokes one down the right field line for a double. And all of a sudden, the Lions are rolling.
I'll tell you what, we have not seen Lily Schultz get
hit hard,
hit like this at all this season. Going back to probably that triangular up at Pacelli where they played a couple of ranked teams and picked up 2 losses. That was the last time Laconia got banged around like this. By the way, the Spartans ranked 3rd in the Division 3 poll that was released today.
Wow,
And that's hit hard.
hammered left center field over the glove of Madigan. It's a double. It's going to score 2, and all of a sudden it's 4-0 Lions. They've strung together 4 or 5 straight hits, I believe, and all of a sudden they're blowing things open here.
Taylor Bloom stays hot and just crushed that one out to left center. And that would have been a tough play for Madigan to make anyways.
4-0.
Nobody out. That's what's more impressive to me. Not a single out yet.
That's 5 straight hits from the Lions, and they've all been hit hard. It's not your first one that was hit was by Westfall was a little bit off the handsy. After that, everything's been pieced up off of Lily Schultz, which doesn't happen very often.
Agreed. That was Ava Filbert running, by the way.
All right.
Just so we get
credit.
She just scored a run,
Yep.
so give her some credit.
That one off the hands of Cass Berry out of play. Watch out, everybody.
Jeepers, line drive back to the people sitting on the picnic tables.
It's Timmy Huff.
Careful.
Yeah, watch out, Tim. Yell at him. See, now I know why I don't park my car in that general area, Jeff. The 0-1 fouled back. It's 0-2, but even within this Alliance 5 straight hits, they've been down in counts a lot of these hits, and they've just worked their way back into these counts and found it late in the counts to get these hits.
Yeah, it's been a master class in you get in there and you just fight. You just fight, and this is what you have to do. They have to chase Laconia down, and they know that. And that one was on the corner, and Caspery probably thinking to herself, all right, as long as I get that one, when I'm out there, we're okay with that.
That'll bring up Lillian Christian. First pitch to Christian is right at the knees on the outside corner. It's a strike. It's not like Schultz isn't throwing strikes. She's thrown 59 pitches, 41 of them have been strikes so far. It's just the Lions have done a good job battling and finding ways to get hits.
Yeah, a lot of foul balls from Lomira, particularly in this inning. And another opposite field hit. We'll see if they send Bloom. They're going to. Oh, great throw.
Tagged out.
What a throw from Aubrey Maurer out and right.
Fantastic. I mean, it's a single there by, I remember Christian. That was another one of those where an interesting decision to send there. I mean, I understand why.
Yep.
You're trying to get that 5th run, but one might not have been deep enough into right field to center.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm going to stay aggressive if I'm Coach Clark and Lomira. That's, I'm perfectly okay with that. And someone makes a great play, you tip your hat and you say great play, and that's what that was from Aubrey Maurer. She heard me say above average, and she said, "Are you sure?" Excuse me? I mean, she beat Bloom with the ball by about 4 steps there. And easy take for Kendall Plein.
Not like Bloom, not a good runner either.
No,
like she's a
she
good
can
runner.
move.
Yeah. 2-0 count. Hitters count, and swinging was Brianna Free. She was in behind it on that one. It's 2-1.
Yeah, that one a little high, but it's been a strike, so understand the swing there for sure.
2-1.
2-0. You're saying as long as I like what it looks like, I'm gonna have a crack at it. Same thing here at 3-1. Just pick a spot. If it's that high fastball that you like, well then swing at the high fastball. But it's got to be in the zone. It's got to be in the zone for sure.
Free worked a walk in her first at bat, and that was that real fantastic at bat. It kind of got things rolling for Lomira.
Yeah, I agree.
3-1 pitch, grounded, right side. Johnson comes up with it, goes through her feet. It'll be an E4, and the inning continues.
That was a brutal hop. I mean, that's the one that you just hope that you never have. You get down on it, and it just pops over your glove. But definitely goes in the book as an error.
Effectively, the Lions have hit around the 9th hitter right here in Eleanor Collius in this inning, which is unbelievable to think. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but they had 6 straight hits at a point.
It almost feels like a quiet 4 runs in some ways. I'm sure Laconia doesn't feel that way on the other side of it, but
we're at a 1-1 count. Nice pitch from Schultz.
And Laconia could still, steal some momentum here if they can strand a couple runners out there on base, because for Lomira, you know how good Laconia is. They're in first place in the league. You just feel like, man, can we get one more in? And
this would make them both have 2 losses if Lomira wins this, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it would tighten things back up to a 3-way tie atop the conference with Mayville. And both of these 2 teams
have beaten Mayville already. Remember, if Lomira's only played them once.
Yep, one of Lomira's losses is to Mayville.
Okay, so they're 1-1 against Mayville.
Excuse me.
Lomira
beat
yeah,
Lomira beat them. Excuse me.
And swing and a miss, blew the fastball by her to end the inning. Finding a way to strand 2 runners, but 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 error, and 2 left on. We head to the top half of the 4th inning, a 4-0 lead for the Lions at the Lomira Athletic Complex. We'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
And salmon.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor. Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options. appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams. A 4-0 lead as Jordan and Jeff and I were talking off camera. These teams, well, they're gonna be familiar with each other. They are familiar with each other in general because of conference, but they play each other in the same regional as well, along with Mayville.
Yeah, and I don't want to say this because winning a conference championship is goal number one for all of these teams. You know, ooh, that one was right in on the hands, and Plime's going to get a free one.
Wow, did she wear that well?
Yeah.
Maybe exactly what the Spartans need here to start.
Yeah, just get a base runner on and see if you can't find some momentum. But you know, Mayville found out last year, winning conference is great, but then you got to play the top 3 conference contenders in the playoffs anyways, and it's unfortunate. The WIA is never gonna move to a model where they get the best teams at state. It's just never gonna happen. So, you know, you got 3 of the top 10 teams in the same regional, not just the same sectional, the same regional. So a sectional final last year, Laconia run-ruled Shoreland Lutheran 14-0 in 5 innings. And if I were a betting man, we will see the same sectional final this year where a team from down that way is going to get run-ruled by a team up here, one of these flyway conference teams in a sectional final. And that's a final 8 team in the state.
Yeah.
Is that how we want it to look? Probably not, but alas, that's how it goes. But, you know, you win your conference, you almost certainly get the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And getting the 1 seed and avoiding that second team, it's hard enough when you got to play one of these conference contenders. When you got to play both of them, oh, the bat flip.
That's out of here. That ball was hammered, and it is out of here for Aubrey Maurer. A 2-run shot. Cuts the lead in half to 4-2. You knew it.
In all my rambling there, Aubrey Maurer just smoked one, and she knew it off the bat. Are you kidding me?
And you had just talked, that's only the second
of the year?
Right.
Looked like she's hit 25 of them this year with that swing. I mean, cuts the lead in half, though, and
that's all it takes.
That base runner there, the first one there on the hit by pitch, that was the first base runner that Haley Kasperi's allowed since she came in for Nora Buskey, and that's the first hit she allowed. Well, it's a 2-run shot.
One, yeah. And the first thing Maurer did there was go get her bat, and she talked to Lily Schultz. So she saw something there, and she's trying to pass on the information to Lily Schultz and see if they can't, you know, they tabbed Kasperi for 6 runs, I believe it was the first time around, 5 runs. And so, you know, whatever it was that Maurer just saw. Now, not everyone has that kind of power, but see if she found something and could convey that to Lily Schultz.
What a response after giving up 4.
Schultz pops one out of play. It's foul. It's 1-1. 4, as I like to say. Watch out over there.
But yeah, you know, talking about those 3 teams, all 3 in the Division 3 poll. Springs clinging on in the Division 4 poll as well. They're ranked 9th, I believe, in Division 4. And they played number 2 Michigan really tough this weekend. On Friday, they lost 3-0 to Michigan, and they got to see Kieran Sanford, who is, for my money, the best pitcher in the state of Wisconsin, certainly in Division 4 and possibly regardless of division. She is something else for Michigan. And Laconia fans will know that name because they got a win over one Kieran Sanford last year in the state semifinal in a game that no one gave them a chance in.
Battle from Kasperi here against their opposing pitcher and Lily Schultz after falling down early in the count. It's 2-2. 2-2 pitch coming from Haley Kasperi. Blows it by her on the high heat. And high heat was an understatement because you heard the snap from Isabel Westfall's glove.
What a great pitch right there. Hard to lay off for a hitter, right? At the eyes, it looks so awesome.
And that's a big out for her to just get back in it. And that's what, you know,
right.
Schultz is a great hitter. And now you got your first out of the inning. No one's on base. You can kind of reset. And, you know, you never want to give up home runs, but in some ways they kind of reset things, right? Where you don't have base runners you got to worry about. And you can just, let's refocus in and restart the inning. And I would say Kasperi's done a nice job of that.
What grade level are we looking at here, Jordan? Is Kasperi
Junior.
And Lily?
Sophomore.
Wow.
And have another year of them going at it with each other in the conference.
Yeah.
Kasperi's 0-1 pitch, and good bit of layoff from Gwen Westfall there because she wanted the high heat, but laid off just barely.
Yeah, Schwartz is a senior for Mayville. Buskey's a senior. Gracie Conkle is senior. I believe Peyton Hall from Campbellsport is a senior. So there is plenty of pitching that'll be back for sure. I mean, Lomira's got pitchers behind these two that don't get any innings. Lillian Christian finally getting some innings here in some of the less competitive games, and she's pitching well. Tell you what, Winnebago Lutheran, they have a freshman pitcher, Addison Peterson, as another strikeout, and I'll tell you what, Kasperi is not letting Laconia, I mean, how many is that now, Justin? 7? Oh, she is, you know.
4 of them are looking.
She let two pitches get away from her to start this inning. One hits Kendall Plyman, one of them is driven out of here by Maurer, but other than those 2 pitches, she's been pretty good today.
That one bounced in the dirt to the designated player, Kaylin Lemke.
Just to finish my thought there, the pitching's always going to be good in this league because there's just so much good youth softball around here. But Addison Peterson from WLA got a win over Lomira. Against Mayville last night, she gave up 6 runs, just 1 was earned. So she had a defense behind her that gave up 4 errors across the span of 2 innings. And so she's someone who I think, you know, WLA has a lot of softball tradition over the last 20 years, and I think they're going to be back at it next year. They're going to be a player for this league.
Just to add one more team into the mix.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, like, I mean.
Are they in their same regional?
Well, and
they are in this
goodness.
regional. And again, if I'm Lomira, I don't want to see that.
No,
you know, just for the. Although maybe they do. Maybe they want one more shot at them, and they can clean them up pretty good. But yeah, no, it's like you don't want to see a WLA. You know, if you're Laconia, let's say, or Mayville, do you really want to see a team that, for the 3rd time, maybe figures things out? They're well coached.
Hard hit ball, and we'll have a 1-6-3 put out as it went off of Kasperi, and good play over at short by Gossner.
Hockey assist.
Yep, the hockey assist. 2 runs on 1 hit, no left on, no errors. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and a 4-2 game. The Lions lead. They're coming up after this on Jeff's live streams.
Combines a great golf experience with the unmatched beauty of the Waupun landscape. Originally built in 1927, many of the holes on the front 9 play as they were initially designed. Our seamless integration of friendly service and gorgeous natural surroundings is what will bring you back over and over. Bridges at the Rock is the perfect way to end your round. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation. Better yet, swing out to the Bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Spring is here, and it's time for a tune-up at PT Tire and Service. Get your vehicle ready for those sunny drives with a thorough checkup. From oil changes and tire rotations to brake inspections and fluid top-offs, they've got you covered. Don't forget to check your wipers and battery, too. Swing by PT Tire and Service in Brandon for a spring refresh, ensuring your ride is safe and smooth all season long. Or call 920-346-TIRE to schedule an appointment. Your car will thank you.
Welcome back to the Lomira Athletic Complex. The person who got it started last inning for the Lions when they scored 4 runs will start things off. It'll be Isabel Westfall, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. First pitch from Lily Schultz is up and away. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and perfect opportunity here for Lomira. Try it, you know, if you can get a couple of even just 1 insurance run here to re-extend that lead out. You feel like you can retake control of this game a little bit. That would be big. You know, if they can do that. if you're Laconia, you do what you just did. If you can find a way to a 1-2-3 inning here, you head to the 5th feeling pretty good about yourselves, knowing that you got 2 more runs in that lineup somewhere.
Schultz working in a 1-1 count. Just clips the inside corner. It's 1-2.
What
Nice
a great
pitch.
location.
What a pitch. When it comes to coming inside and outside, she might, in being accurate with it, she might be one of the better ones I've ever seen in terms of softball pitching.
Yeah, and it's, I know I said this earlier, but, Neil Maurer is, I remember talking to Addie Maurer, who's now at St. Norbert College. Obviously she got on a heater last year in the postseason, and she was not going to let Laconia lose. And I still believe if there was no rain delay last year, Laconia would have been the state champs. That just really screwed with Addie Maurer. I mean, she was not able to get back into, loosen herself back out after that, and so they had to go to Schultz and go to a freshman in a big-time spot like that. It was really, really tough.
Off the hands over Schultz. Going to be a tough play. Throw to first. What a play by Emma Bone.
That's why she's going to play at the next level. UW Oshkosh commit, and she's got such good instincts, Justin. We've seen those. We've said that a couple of different times over the course of the season.
What a play. This is soft pop-up, goes behind the pitcher. Almost should be Cambry Johnson's ball, but what a fantastic play from Emma Bone all the way across the diamond to throw her out.
Yeah, and if your shortstop can get there, it's better than your second baseman because they're moving. They got the momentum with her, and Emma Bone ne'er puts a foot wrong.
Now the ever-dangerous leadoff hitter and Trista Gossner watch the first pitch ball. She 1 for 2 with a double today, which was just a generic single that she just never stopped running on.
Yeah, and you're right. That was not a throwing error that allowed her to second base. She just never stopped. That was a double.
Watches 2 pitches and balls so far from Lily Schultz. It's 2-0. That one fouled off. It's 2-1. Schultz, I wouldn't say she struggled throwing first pitch strikes today. She's done a really, really good job. Lomira's just been extremely patient at the plate and doing a good job fouling pitches off. Schultz finding ways when she goes down into those 2-0 counts, battling back very well. 2-1 pitch coming to Gossner. That one up. We'll have a hitter's count in 3-1.
Still plenty. Obviously green light here. Great hitter, and see what she can. If Schultz gives her something to hit.
Outside, ball 4.
I'm all right being careful there. It was gonna be down and away. If it caught that bottom low outside corner, you were okay with it. But you're not gonna give her anything to hit.
Gonna re-enter Nora Buskey to hit.
So if she gets on and pinch run for us,
she's done. If she's
can only come out.
You can only re-enter one time.
Or
whatever
twice,
it is.
However you want to put that. Yeah.
But I know that whoever comes in and when you're the designated player and whoever your position player is playing for you, they are allowed to run for you, and that's not a re-entry type thing. But they didn't allow that one to run in. That ball is scorched by Nora Buskey down the right field line, and runners go first to third.
Yeah, and normally that was a really good throw by Aubrey Maurer to throw that home, because normally you say hit your cut there, but with Gosner running the bases, she could have scored from first. So throw it home. It also helps that Buskey's probably not a threat to take an extra base there, unfortunately.
But that's what I'm so impressed with.
Yeah, no doubt.
Watching her swing that bat. I don't care. She's still got to be in pain, right?
Oh, yeah. No doubt. And she's going to stay in here and run because you got to have that bat
in the lineup.
Should this thing get tightened back up, and you need her to hit again.
Savannah Free with a single and a double today. Watch the first pitch ball. Fouls one off.
And, you've kind of seen a nice play, good hands down there from the Laconia fans. I think that might be Starla Maurer down there, actually. Can't tell, but I always appreciate the post-game reports from her. She always submits those things to me at Flyway Focus, so
That
shout
is
out
awesome.
to her. It's not always the case.
Nice pitch. Just absolutely fooled Savannah Free at the plate in there for a strike. It is 1-2.
Again, you challenge them inside like that, what are they going to do? And, I didn't finish my point about Neil Maurer. Addie Maurer said he's up till 12:31 a.m. sometimes watching film, trying to figure out how to get these good hitters out in this conference.
And a chopper finds its way through. And Gosner scores. There's that insurance run you were talking about. It's 5-2 with 2 runners on still. It'll bring up Taylor Bloom.
They call that a seeing eye single.
Yep.
About an inch below Lily Schultz's glove, about half an inch under Emma Bone's diving attempt. And if Bone gets to that, she's probably quick enough to crawl to second and get that out and turn it into a fielder's choice. And now runners in scoring position for the hot bat of Taylor Bloom.
Checked her swing. She did not go. She hit that hard hit double to left field last time. It's going to have to be a double to score Nora Buskey. Like it's got to be in a gap at this point. She's pretty much on the station-to-station grind.
But that still was, just as you mentioned, Jordan, that was what was so impressive right there. Actually getting to second without being put out.
Yeah, I mean, it was, Westfall's got a good arm out in center.
Well, the more you sit on something like that, too, the worse it gets you. If you're up and moving a little bit, at least it kind of settles in a little bit. 2-0 outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Lily Schultz, she's been in a lot of 2-0 counts, but has not found a 3-0 count. Always come back with a strike.
Yeah, and she just trusts her stuff so much. It's just she never grooves one down the center. It's always nibbling at the edges. And
that one hit high to left field. Madigan back on it, makes a grab at the fence. 2 down. Just probably needed an extra 15 feet from Bloom there.
Yeah, and a loud out number 2, but an important one for Lily Schultz. And I'm sure Madigan's happy that one went to her so it was a tough play the first time Bloom hit it over there. And if Madigan would have made it, it would have been one of the plays of the year. She was able to make that catch. But she's probably telling you, I could have made that catch, and she's able to put Bloom out this time.
Brings up Casperry, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out today. Caught out looking her last time up. 2 down, watch the first pitch strike. Runners on first and second. Lions still threatening here in the bottom of the 4th. That one just a tad bit outside. It's 1-1. Casperry been fantastic on the mound today, and we talk about the average thing with her. It's not there, but she's got the power, so she's a threat at any time she comes up. That's part of the reason she bats 5th.
Yeah, and I don't want my comment to be too misconstrued. She still gets on base at a very good clip. It's just that she's next to Trista Gosner and Savannah Free, who's on base every other time, and Nora Buskey, who's been terrific this year, and Taylor Bloom, who's just on fire right now. So, but yeah, 0 for 2, she would tell you she's due.
That one missed just inside. It's 2-2. Laconia fans don't like it, but it was inside.
I agree. And this has been a pretty pitcher-friendly zone today, so I think any comments about that are pretty off base.
Pitcher-friendly zone, and somehow the Lions still have 9 hits.
Yeah.
2-2, chopped down the right field line. Foul. Picked up over at first by Bria Taplin.
That's one where you grab it and you quick move it in a fair, see if you can fool them, right?
Where you just kind of sneakily put your foot there and knock it back into fair territory. Especially on this field, you can see how dug up it is. Pretty high opportunity. That ball hits a hole and rolls back fair at some point before the base.
Yeah, and I think that was a good job by Taplin. Oh, nice job to squeeze by Kendall Plime.
Tipped into the glove for the strikeout. But the Lions score 1 on a couple hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. Cambry Johnson to lead things off after this for the Spartans on Jeff's live streams.
Sam's Well Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of Sam's commitment to providing safe water, An in-house water testing lab is integral to SAM's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, SAM's has it covered. Trust SAM's for all your water needs. SAM's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
Welcome back to the Lomira Athletic Complex here on Jeff's live streams. Haley Kasperi back on the mound. Cambry Johnson to lead things off. She grounded out her first time up. But we talked about Haley Kasperi. She's pitched in every inning so far today. She minus 1 out. She's thrown only 50 pitches so far today. Very efficient.
Yeah, and she's pounded the strike zone. And you know, the crazy thing about that, Justin, is her strikeout numbers, because it hasn't been one pitch at bats where Laconia is chasing things. She's also struck out a ton of batters. So, yeah, in 3 2/3 or whatever it was that she's got, that just means she's exclusively throwing strikes. She is pounding the zone, and that's what you got to do. You got to challenge these Laconia hitters, and as tough as that is, and you can obviously end up with situations with what Aubrey Maurer did. You challenge her too many times, she's going to hit a few out on you, but you got to pound the zone.
So 7, 8, 9 due up for the Laconia. It's 1-1 to Cambry Johnson, the second baseman. She pops one up in the infield. Calling off everybody was Trista Gossner and making the grab. 1 up, 1 down.
This is the part of the order that got it done for Laconia last night against Campbell Sports. So we'll see if Madigan, Duell, and Bone, and then Klein. You know, you talk about those four, just the speed and the make-plays-ness of them. That's not a word, but, you know, just their ability to make things happen.
Playmaking ability.
There you go, sure. I like
make playsness?
Make playsness sounds like a better. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so good things happen when they're on base, and so, you know, see if Madigan and Duell can give the top of the order an opportunity.
Madigan grounded into a fantastic play over there by Bloom. She had to be quick with it with Madigan's speed, and was in her first at-bat. Watches one there after she fouled off the first one. It's 1-1.
Yeah, one of the few Laconia hitters that has put the ball in play against Kasperi so far.
Kasperi only allowed 2 base runners, and one was a home run, and the other one was a walk, or hit by pitch, and they were back-to-back.
She's been excellent. And, you know, at the end of the year, she's always got a record with 4 or 5 losses, it seems, but she's playing Michigan.
Yep.
We spoke about Michigan earlier. Lomira plays a really tough schedule outside of the conference as well. I mean, so she's always going to have a few losses, but that's not to say she's not one of the best that this league has to offer.
Well, what's really impressed me with her so far today is she wasn't supposed to be pitching.
Yeah.
She came in on really, really short notice. And
yeah, I agree. I don't know what the psychology of that is, but it's got to be, it's different than knowing, you know, from yesterday that you were going to pitch.
That one hit high in left center, ranging over and making the grab is Kennedy Gable. Gable not hitting today, but gets to play center field.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm not doubting that you're right with that re-entry or the the DP running rule, but I can't believe they wouldn't have Gable come in and run.
I thought that maybe it's not.
Because
I don't know.
she's got very plus speed,
Right.
I would say. I mean, she can get after it. So interesting.
Bring up Molly Duel. Maybe it was when Waupun did it the one time. The DP came in and ran.
Okay.
And then you can just run it, you switch back, and the person can hit again. Maybe it was something like that, and it's the re-entry
Where
thing.
all 9 fielders
Yeah.
were hitting, and
Yeah.
then your DP was a runner. That could be.
I have no idea. It was odd. The DP thing confuses me because it was not a thing when I was in high school. Duel watches a second pitch strike. It's 1-1. Top of the order, Emma Bone waits on deck. Duel struck out swinging her first time up on a rise ball, a very good one from Casberry. There's that rise ball again. It's fouled off.
How do you get a bat on that? That is such an athletic play from Duel.
She also saw that fantastic changeup that froze her to get it to an 0-2 count from Casberry. Haven't seen it a lot. That's honestly, I think I've only ever seen it one other time than when she threw it in that situation. The 1-2 pitch, grounded to third. Free, and a nice pick over there by Savannah Free from Brianna Free. A 5-3 putout. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom half of the fifth. Lions will be up after this from the Lomira Athletic Complex on Jeff's live streams after this.
Born from a single project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service serving Central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today 920-346-TIRE.
Welcome back to the Lomira Athletic Complex. Bottom 5, Lomira leads 5-2 over the top of the conference Spartans. Trying to put a 3-way tie at the top of that conference. All those teams with 2 losses. Lillian Christian, the left fielder, will lead things off. She hits one off the hands. It's going to fall. It's a foul ball.
Yeah, and you know, obviously Springs is the other team that would be in that race. They had a 3-game losing streak in the conference. Laconia's had a tough spurt, but in a 3-game stretch, Springs played at Mayville, home Lomira, at Laconia. That's a tough little spurt there for the Ledgers, and they've bounced back. They're playing good softball once again.
Did you see, Jeff? I was ready for that one. Hand was up. I was ready to catch it.
And you are so athletic, I thought you were actually going to get it through the fence anyways.
I am not that
If that comes over, I see Justin's got a Sharpie sitting in front of him. He'd have signed it and thrown it into the crowd.
100%.
Justin from Jeff's live streams.
I've made a few nice catches at this place before. I played youth baseball here.
And we would have had to go to eBay to see how much it was getting sold for. How many?
Three pennies.
How many zeros behind that number?
3 pennies. Their zeros are in front of the number. That one hit off the hands. Schultz going to grab it. A pop up. 1 up, 1 down. And Laconia in dire need of a 3 up, 3 down inning here. They've had back-to-back rough innings. He strand 2 in both innings, which for Lomira, you'd probably like to be all those runs to score because you know how potent this Spartans lineup is.
Yeah, that was kind of in that 3rd inning. You know, you just hope if you're a Lomira fan, you're just hoping that those 4 runners left on, 2 runners in scoring position. You just hope that doesn't come back to bite you. But you talk about the soft contact that other than those 2 innings, it's been all soft contact for Lomira. That was the third little bloop pop that Schultz has put out for herself, I believe. So she's, just in on the hands, and Lomira's done a good job of fighting him off, but I would say Schultz has had herself a really good day for giving up 5 runs.
Just over the 100 pitch mark now at 101. The 1-1 is up to Brianna Free, who she's walked and reached on an error from Cambridge Johnson there that kind of took a tough hop on her and went through the leg. But she has just battled at the plate today.
Yeah, and that's just passing the bat along.
Yeah.
Now here you're starting to get down. What is Free? We got the 6th hitter, 7th hitter?
7th hitter, and this is the third 3-ball count she's been in.
Yeah, and so, this is passing that bat along. And now, Lomira's going to get a 4th time to hit for the top of their lineup. And the reason is people, batters like Free here at the bottom of the order, finding a way, whether it's an error, whether it's a walk, just pass that bat along to the next player.
Paul tips one into the glove. Klein holds on, and it's a full count.
Man, we talk about the pitchers a lot in this conference, but there are some really good catchers too. Plime, Haferman from Springs, Addie Anderson from Mayville. There are some really good catchers.
Payoff pitch, popped up, out of play. I can't get that one too far back. I was ready for it, though. Another payoff pitch.
Campbell Sports' Emma Botzler, who's a wrestler, and you can see she's a wrestler when she's behind the plate blocking the ball.
Sure.
She just moves so well, down in that crouch. It's fun to watch.
Payoff pitch again, hit off the hands to Emma Bone. She wraps up with it, throws to first. Ain't going to matter. You're probably not going to get an infield hit with Emma Bone over at short. Rips it across the diamond for a 6-3 put out.
Don't you want to be in practice when Tierney Madigan chops one over to Emma Bone and just see what happens?
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Just see.
I'm going to be honest. Madigan's super fast, but I put money on Emma Bone.
No, me too. Me too.
But we don't bet. We don't bet on high school sports.
No. Yeah.
It was the play. It wasn't the sports. It was the play.
I think I made that comment during a basketball broadcast.
We did it on the, I think the sectional final broadcast.
Yeah. If you're betting on high school sports,
Molly Dual rebounds is what it was.
They got a number for that.
Kalia's coming up here. She's actually 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. One of the rare strikeouts for Lomira today. They've really just been putting balls in play.
And this would be the 3rd inning ender as well, which, both of Lomira's scoring innings have started with Westfall, right? So maybe
that's the key. I don't know.
There's something to that. I don't know. All I know is it's given a chance for Gosner to chase someone around the bases, which he usually doesn't get to do.
1-2 pitch. Didn't go. It's 2-2.
Good spot there with the 2 strikes to see if they'll chase. Lomira's done that a couple of times today, chased the high heat.
The 2-2. Low and outside. It's 3-2. Good battle at the plate here from Collius.
You've talked about that this whole game. The discipline.
And if she can get on, then you're at least getting the top of your order up to lead off that 6th inning.
Strike 3 looking. 7th strikeout of the day for Lily Schultz. I would say a quiet 7 strikeouts after giving up 5 runs. But no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. 3 up, 3 down, exactly what the Spartans need to get the bats up and rolling. And at the top of the order, Emma Bone coming up after this on Jeff's live streams.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Welcome back to the Lomira Athletic Conference. If the Spartans needs to get something going, this is probably who you want to come up for this Spartans team. She's been fantastic for them defensively, and she's always fantastic for them offensively. Well, she's 0 for 2 to start today. It'll be Emma Bone, the shortstop, to start.
Yeah, you're down by 3 runs. We saw it against Mayville when they brought whatever it was, 11 or 12 batters to the plate and put a number on Allie Schwartz. So this is a lineup that's not going to be scared of anyone, and it starts with these 3 that lead off for them, and see if Bone can get on base and make something happen.
Kasperi back to work. First pitch, fouled back. Bone was all over that. That one was just one of the case of was off the top of the bat. She was all over it.
I think Aubrey was flinching over there.
Yeah, she wasn't ready for that. She's a little nervous. She's laughing at me, but it's true. Thought her fingers were stuck in the fence. That's what she was worried about, I bet. The 0-1 pitch from Kasperi. There's that changeup.
Yeah.
That one misses high. It's 1-1.
We've only seen that 3 or 4 times, and only the one time for the strike. But that is devastating when it comes floating in.
Is she saving it for the 3rd time around?
Could
I
be.
mean, that's
Yeah.
one of the conversations I've had with like Josh Novice when it comes to pitching with Addie Braun.
That's a good point. If you got a pitch if you're humming along and you don't need it, might as well save it to when you get yourself into a little bit of a pickle, although she has rarely found herself in a pickle today.
Right, exactly.
One time. She was in a pickle one time, and it was a home run for Aubrey Maurer.
And then reset, just like Jordan had said.
That one popped up out of play.
Speaking of pickles, that was one of the more entertaining plays in last night's game against Campbellsport. They got Emma Muraski from Campbellsport into a rundown, and they allowed the runner to score from third. Muraski did a good job to stay alive before she got tagged out, and ended up not mattering, but it almost came back to bite Laconia.
2-2 pitch. There's that changeup again, but it missed high.
I always love a good rundown when a good one by the end of it, the catchers participated and thrown the ball to the left fielder.
And then imagine trying to be a scorekeeper, say 1, 5, 7, 2.
No, that was 8. No, yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
The payoff pitch, chopped back off the fence, staying alive is Bone. It'll have another 3-2 pitch.
How many times did we talk about the Lions doing a good job of battling up here? Right now, look at the Lady Spartans here battling. I was trying to think about Spartanesses, but
exactly.
Payoff pitch once again coming from the lefty Kasperi, and line right back up the middle, but good stop by Bloom, throwing to first in time. Nice play by Taylor Bloom. She can do it offensively and defensively.
Backhand stab, threw out Bone, who gets down the line well. And Kendall Plime is, well, her fingers are the ones that started it last time around. She took one right off the knuckles, it looked like. And
the only Spartan to be on base twice today. She had a single off of the foot of Nora Buskey and got hit by a pitch and watches the first pitch strike at the knees.
Goes around, comes around, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
Kasperi's looking out for her teammate.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm not at all suggesting that was. Yeah. Anyways.
That was in camera territory, Jeff. Made me a little nervous.
We've been pretty lucky with
our
our new setup there, getting rid of having screens in front of us.
Yeah.
And netting. I mean, we've a little bit of netting when it comes to Waupun, but what a changeup right there.
Yeah, there was the changeup, and the miles in front of it was Plime. And that one would have landed for a strike. It was really good. Other than like the one, everything's been the one to duel, everything had missed high, and that one was low right at the knees. The perfect placement of a changeup.
Especially when hitters have. Plime hasn't seen that pitch get thrown there yet.
The 1-2. Oh, and blew it by her for the strikeout. The 8th strikeout of the day for Haley Kasperi. Boy, has she been fantastic, and that'll bring up Aubrey Maurer, who crushed a home run to left center, opposite field power. And now with nobody on, you're at a point where you're like, all right, we can half a pitch around her. We don't have to pitch to her. Keep it to the outside of the zone.
There is gas, and there is what Kasperi just threw
Underneath
there.
the hands, no way you're catching up to that.
Oh, my goodness. And right after that change, you're so far out in front of it, and you throw that the next pitch?
Yeah.
We have not seen it come in. I mean, we're right behind home plate. We have not seen a pitch come in with that velo yet today.
I've been just impressed with what I'm seeing out of Lomira.
That one popped up out of play. Watch out over there. Everybody scatters. Nobody wants to catch the ball. They just all scatter like little mice, just out of the way.
Get out of there. Cover your dogs.
Yeah.
Get the dogs out of the way.
Kasperi with 4 looking strikeouts and 4 swinging. Jeff, go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was just saying, I mean, 0-2 with 2 outs. The top of the lineup she has just sent down.
I'm going to call a rise ball here. Oh, that was the changeup high. She was going high with something.
That one got caught in the jet stream and fluttered up there.
Also fluttered way outside as well. Good chase pitch. She meant to do it.
What did you have her as number of pitches?
She's thrown 76 today.
Oh, wow.
And 52 of them have been strikes. A little bit low. It's 2-2. Good battle here from Aubrey Bauer at the
That
plate.
was right. Down 0-2.
Great take there.
It's a tough take. I mean, it's a little bit below, but it's one where you're like, it's questionable.
And you can get a bat on it.
Yep.
So it's
2-2 pitch from the lefty to the lefty. Blew it by her. 9 Ks now for Haley Kasperi. 3 up, 3 down, 2 of them via the strikeout. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Lions up 5-2, trying to extend it here in the bottom of the 6th from the Lomira Athletic Complex on Jeff's live streams.
Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Sam's Well Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of Sam's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to Sam's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, Sam's has it covered. Trust Sam's for all your water needs. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Terry
Welcome back to the Lomira Athletic Complex. We'll head to the Flyway score report coming from Jordan.
Yeah, well, in softball, 2 other conference games tonight. Mayville beat Omro 15-0, and Springs up 10-3 right now against Winnebago Lutheran, who's been a pesky out in the Flyway conference this year. Just ask Lomira. And a result that Lomira fans won't like to hear is Mayville headed to the top of the 7th. Last chance for Lomira baseball. They're trailing the Cards 2-1. And see who got the start here on the bump today for Mayville. Mason Girth, currently on the hill. He's given up just 5 hits to that really good Lomira offense that, Mayville or Waupun found. That was a dogfight with Lomira last week, and that's a good Lomira team, and that just tells you the strength of the Flyway again and on baseball side too. So Campbell Sport beat Omro 3-0. WLA is up on North Fond du Lac, who's pitching Drew Stetbacher today. And
how many Flyway teams have beaten Drew Stetbacher?
Correct. So for WLA to be up 1-0, that tells you how good Andy Simon has pitched for them. And then the final game would be for Laconia. You said Laconia got a win, is that right?
They were up 4-0 the last I saw. Off the hands. Going to be a tough play. Bone can't handle it. That's an infield single from Westfall.
All day.
That was spinning like a top. You can't really blame Bone on that one. That one was, you just can't get a hand on it. And once again, is that the third hit for her today? Or is she on base?
Second hit, and she got on with an air.
Okay,
so she
on base all 3 times from your 9 spot.
She's been
Mark Thompson is saying, let's time for a rally here for the Lady Spartans. Got to get some defense here. They're going to have to shut them down right now, first of all, for the Lomira Lions.
And again, Isabel Westfall gets on base, and that brings up Trista Gossner, who's 1 for 2 with a walk and a double. Then you got Nora Buskey, who's ripped the ball at the plate today.
Smoked one down the right field line last time up. Laconia still up 4-0 on the baseball side of things against Springs. Ethan Pino pitching another gem. He was great last week, too.
Right at the knees to Trista Gossner. Great pitch from Lily Schultz. It's 1-2. Schultz going to crack the 120 pitch mark. I said she was going to get to the 120 pitch mark. Pitch number 120 coming from Lily Schultz. Low and in the dirt. It's 2-2.
Speaking of Ethan, I don't know if you were aware of this, but he's looks like he's going to be going to Norbert's to play baseball.
Yeah, very good. I was, I did not hear that. I know, when their senior class signed, he was not part of that. I think he was a late commit.
Yep,
Colton Hogner, their catcher, is going to UW Oshkosh as well. So
Diane had reached out and said, hey, Ethan's changed his mind, doesn't want to play basketball, he wants to go play baseball. Do you got some clips for us? Because we didn't have any clips to send to the coach. So I said, we'll see what we can do.
Found enough of them.
We did.
Well, in the era of NIL,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Easy.
Not opening that can of worms.
Yeah.
Which has been passed at the high school level. Which
only 4 states now left that haven't done it.
A lot of people, well, maybe I shouldn't get on
Yep.
this soapbox at this point. We have a game to call.
Lily Schultz snapped her to first, almost got her. But a strikeout for Lily Schultz. Swinging.
Not many of those for
Trista
Gossner over the course of her season.
What is Buskey for today?
2 for 3, strikeout, two hard hit singles.
I am just so impressed. I can't say enough.
And another hard hit ball, but that one's out of play, foul. And look at that, pulling your car into a bad spot. Don't park there, people. Unbelievable.
Maybe they're looking for an insurance claim.
I'm only saying that because you know what? I had my
NIL to insurance fraud. You hear it all on Jeff's live stream.
I had my mom had my car here one time, and she parked it, backed it in a softball tournament, right through the back windshield. So I say, don't park there.
At least you get to take the softball home with you.
No, they grabbed it out of the car.
Oh, see, now that's breaking and entering at that point.
Buskey waving a miss. Nice pitch from Schultz. Buskey was out in front of the changeup. It's 1-2. Schultz throwing that changeup more today than she has in the past.
This hasn't been the hard part for Schultz so far. It's been finding a way to get that third strike. And, I say that, and she's got 8 strikeouts, I think, to this point. But she's had a lot of Lomira's 2-strike hitting today has been terrific, staying alive and then putting something in play, finding something they could handle and driving it.
2-2 pitch from Lily Schultz, low and inside, runs it full. And Buskey probably got out of the way of that one. She's like, I don't want to hit me a foot again. I don't need to get hit again.
Gonna see her go out there with the catcher's pads the next time she pitches on the keep that shin safe.
Like men's league softball. Strike 3 got her looking on the inside corner. 9th strikeout of the day for Lily Schultz. That'll bring up Savannah Free. She is 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double so far today.
What an outing there.
Just 1 RBI on all 3 hits, but a fantastic day. Taylor Bloom, the only one with multiple RBIs. That one lined into center field, a little higher than a line drive. A little pop up to center field to Gwen Westfall. We head to the top of the 7th with 1 left on and 1 hit. No runs, no errors. Spartans need 3 to send it to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
Ada Shunjones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Is your child ready for life? At Central Wisconsin Christian, we equip students not only with an exceptional education, but also with the spiritual foundation they need to navigate today's world with confidence and faith. Our graduates are prepared for life, academically, personally, and spiritually. Discover what makes Central Wisconsin Christian different. Call us at 920-324-4233 or visit us online at wearecwc.org. Central Wisconsin Christian, preparing students for life and eternity.
Did you know Lily Lidkey not play something? Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams.
That's
Lily,
okay.
Yeah, Lily Schultz to lead things off. She's struck out twice today. Not many people have not struck out. Actually, I was looking at that before. That's part of the reason I was in my book. The only person to not strike out so far today.
Has Madigan struck out?
Kendall Plime, Madigan, and Cambridge Johnson. Everybody else has struck out from... I mean, what does that tell you?
Well,
it's been an outing.
You're talking about good hitters here. Emma Bone, Aubrey Maurer, Lily Schultz. Even Molly Dool has really avoided strikeouts recently. So for her name to be on that list too is just tells you how good Casperi's been on the mound in the circle. Sorry.
Both pitchers with 9 strikeouts. Lomira with 10 total as Buskey got 1. That one fouled back by Schultz. She is in a hole again in a 1-2 count. Maybe that changeup again. If it's going to be thrown, or we're going to see that rise ball that's been working at getting him swinging today.
Yeah, I'd go. I'd try to blow the high heat.
Yeah. It's been working. Why not go back to the well for the 10th strikeout of the game? Well, she just tried to blow one right at the knees by her.
Yeah, I'm guessing that was probably not the spot she wanted. On a 1-2 count, that was grooved
dangerous,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Schultz just laid on it.
Well, can you imagine? I mean, we're sitting here. We have a good idea. Yeah. You're guessing as a hitter up there?
There's that changeup. It just missed up and away. It was a very good pitch. It's 2-2.
I think there's some people over on the red, white, and black side of things that thought that was strike number 3.
But I got to say, Blue has been very consistent behind the plate today.
Very good.
2-2, fouled back. Staying alive. Lily Schultz, good job battling here. I mean, for me, you're on 84 total pitches from Haley Casperi. She's thrown 27 balls. She's doubling her balls to strikes. That's unbelievable. 2-2 pitch once again. Casperi, there's the changeup, and it missed high and runs it full. But announcer's jinx.
Yeah, right. No, announcer's jinx would say Lily Schultz hasn't hit a home run yet today.
Could you hear the eye roll from Jeff?
The payoff pitch bounced in the dirt and a walk. Now here's a question for you. That is got to be. Yeah, that's the first walk of the day minus the hit by pitch for Haley Casperi.
She has pelted the zone. pelted the zone today.
Coach Ritzma came over to have a conversation. I don't know who's coaching at first base.
That's Coach Johnson.
Okay.
And I think the question there was, are we going to leave Lily Schultz in to run here? And they are.
You would think with the speed, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I wonder if that was Schultz saying, I want to run.
Nice pitch at the knees to Gwen Westfall. It's 0-1.
I mean, Schultz knows, better than anyone. If we don't get 3 runs here,
right?
It doesn't.
Her run
don't got to protect me from anything.
Her run is minimal at this point. Obviously it's a run that's much needed, but you got to get 2 more on base for sure. 0-1, grounded to Bloom. Over to short. Throw on to first, not in time, but it's a fielder's choice. They get Schultz at second base.
They'll take that all day.
So now fairly insignificant whether she was running or not, but Westfall, a very good runner at first now. So, here's a chance here. Can Lemke break out of the little mini slump that she's in? We shall see. Once again, that high fastball looks good to her and able to catch a piece that time. But you mentioned Johnson hasn't struck out, neither is Madigan, and they next 2 in the order. So if Lemke can find something here, now you're cooking.
She striped one hard off the glove of Gosner and rips one on that changeup. She was just out in front of it, chopped it foul down the third baseline.
I wonder if she was sitting on that change, because that's the hardest we've seen it hit, and she's still early on it. That just tells you just how much different. Obviously, love to have a radar gun back here. I'd love to know the difference between the 2 pitches, because it is.
It looks very significant.
It is, and it's fooling Laconia. So
0-2, runner on first. Pitch comes home and got her with the high heat. 10th strikeout, double digits for Haley Kasperi. Boy, that rise ball's been great today. You just can't touch it.
And it's just. We're sitting back here in the box. It must look like it's a hittable pitch.
Yeah.
Because there's no, as good as Laconia is in that box battling and swinging at strikes, right there it is again. It's got to look like a hittable pitch to them, and it's got to look like a strike, because otherwise we wouldn't see this many chases that she's gotten with 2 strikes. It's been very good.
Spartans down to their final out. And an 0-1 count is the second baseman, Cambry Johnson, who's 0 for 2 today. She chops one. Kasperi, she'll throw to first. A little lollipop, and the Lions win. And the Spartans fall to their second loss in the conference. But what an outing from the Lions at the plate, in defense, and Kasperi in relief, you say, after 2 batters from Nora Buskey. What a fantastic win for Lomira today over this Spartans team.
We're going to step aside here. We'll come back and we'll give you some final statistics here from this game. We'll be back here on Jeff's live stream.
Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class building and canopies. Steel King canopies are a well-known and respected product. We design, fabricate, and contract installation for C-stores, fleets, entryways, restaurants, and more. Steel canopies serve a variety of purposes, including advertising or signage, control access, sheltering an entrance or loading area, support of lighting systems, and weather protection for people, equipment, or outdoor storage. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk.
Born from a single.
Welcome back here to the postgame show on Jeff's live streams. Haley Kasperi with 10 strikeouts today. Boy, she was fantastic. A rough day at the plate. She went 0 for 3 at the plate, but a fantastic game hitting-wise or pitching-wise. Tenley Gostner goes 2 for 3 with a walk today and an RBI. Nora Buskey, after getting hit with a line drive early, Jeff, she goes 2 for 4 in 2 hard hit balls with an RBI and a run scored.
Yeah, I know. I just cannot believe. Again, I am just in awe of what she did at the plate after taking that hit. And I'm really impressed with what we saw out of this Lomira Lions team today.
Savannah Free with a big game, 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a double and 1 RBI. And then Taylor Bloom with that double, the 2-run RBI double. It kind of pushed things out of that 4-run inning for Lomira. You could kind of feel that wind out of the sails type of thing from Laconia. They got the home run. They got a chance to come back in it. But it was so tough for them to get back into it as Kasperi was just so fantastic on the mound. She only allowed 3 base runners, and one was the hit by pitch, and then the home run, and then that walk in the 7th inning.
And she wasn't expected to pitch.
No.
That's what was so impressive out of this entire Lions team, watching what they were able to do today.
Jeff, I'll kick it over to you. What do we got coming this rest of this week?
Let's take a look here on the post-game show. We've got 3 games coming up here on Thursday. We've got boys baseball, I believe, as at Oakfield, and then we've got the doubleheader over at Laconia again, boys baseball and softball, as both of these teams will be in action once again. I'm not sure why we are dropping frames here, but it sure is kind of frustrating here, and all of a sudden the MiFi then all of a sudden starts working, so I'm not sure if there's if I have to do an update on that or what. Then on Friday, we've got CWC has a game in baseball, and we've got softball Oakfield at Mayville. So we're going to go see how that's going to work over there. Justin, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the softball diamond over at Mayville or not, but we'll check with Jordan.
I am.
Yeah,
I am,
okay.
Yeah. I know it's right next to the football stadium. It's right across the street. Pretty similar setup to kind of what we got here, where they have the scores box. But actually, it's an elevated scores box. We might be able to go upstairs on that one.
Saturday, we've got a doubleheader right now. CWC is taking on Randolph, and then we're going to be heading over as Waupun and Laconia are both heading to the New London tournament, and we're going to be covering both of those teams over there. They're not facing each other, which is unfortunate, I think, but they're only down. They're going to have those 2 games. And then on Monday, we've got 3 games, and on Tuesday, that following week, we also have 3 games that we've got on our docket. So we've got our hands full here once again at Jeff's live stream. That's the way I like it. I want to make sure that we're continuing to cover the programs and the kids and the schools that are within our area, and giving them the recognition that they deserve here on Jeff's live stream. Once again, final score here from Lomira. The athletic complex was 5-2. Congratulations again to the Lomira Lions. What a fantastic job they did today against the Laconia Lady Spartans. And now we have a 3-way tie in the conference of the flyway.
Go Leafs, go.
Yeah, that'll be later on tonight.
No, they played yesterday.
Okay.
They won yesterday, but no, what a fantastic game. Like, what the season we've had. This is the spring season, the flyway spring in general. The baseball conference is so tight. The softball conference is tight. Boy, it's been a good season so far.
We're going to take a chance here. We're going to step aside. We're going to pray before we end things out here. That's one of the things that I also believe in wholeheartedly here on Jeff's live stream. So if you'd like to join us here, Heavenly Father, we want to give you thanks for the opportunity that we've had to cover your children here as part of our streaming service. We give thanks for the opportunity that you have given us to be able to live stream events, and we pray that that Nora Buskey will heal quickly from her injury. We normally give great thanks, and we're giving thanks also that there were no other severe injuries that took place today. So we pray that you'll continue to be with all of our student athletes, be with Laconia as they are traveling home here after this contest. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Thanks again for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. Take care, God bless, and we can't wait to see you at a diamond near us.
Thank you for watching our broadcast. A shout out to our sponsors. This is Jeff Sauer. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Until next time, may God bless you today and every day.